What is going on, everybody? It is bright and early here on Thursday, September 19th, and Cedar Point just released the announcement. They did a teaser not too long ago. We did a video all about it. There was lots of water, and we made our predictions. We thought it would be a water coaster similar to what Kings Island was getting, but we were in for a complete surprise because this is definitely not a water coaster, and this is nothing that we expected whatsoever that Cedar Point would be getting. Cedar Point has announced that they will be getting a brand new record-breaking roller coaster new for 2025. That is right. 3 years in a row they are getting a quote-unquote new roller coaster. 2023 they got Wild Mouse. 2024 they did do Top Thrill 2. Now that's a whole thing. Like, we didn't think they were going to consider that a new coaster. So, I actually now the fact that they're getting a brand new roller coaster for 2025, that tells me that, yeah, they probably didn't really look at Top Thrill 2 as a brand new coaster. So that is good and very relieving, because I thought they were kind of cheaping out and considering just a redone roller coaster to be a brand new roller coaster. Either way, new for 2025, they are getting the world's tallest and fastest tilt coaster. Now, these are made by Vekoma, and there's been there's been a few that were supposed to be built around the world. There was supposed to be one built in Energylandia, and that one got scrapped. Down in Austin, Texas, there was supposed to be one at a new kind of park called Codaland that was supposed to be built a couple years ago, and now it's like finally under construction. But this is going to be called Siren's Curse. So they have a whole backstory. Of course, Cedar Fair, now Six Flags, they really do enjoy doing their new themed roller coasters. So reading their little blog about it, it says Siren's Curse harkens to the legend and lore of mysterious creatures living beneath the surface of Lake Erie, often spoken of but never spotted. The sirens of the lake who lured sailors to their underwater demise with their sweet, seductive songs will finally rise to land and attempt to entrap guests in a sinister 2-minute fate of non-stop roller coaster innovation. So it just goes on, talks about a little bit. They do mention 160-foot tall lift hill, which, see, I was at first thinking that maybe this coaster, since it being announced this late, makes me think that this was not something that they fully planned on getting. I mean, I don't know. My mind is all over the place with this thing, not really sure what to think of it. But I can't help but think that this was something that they got on the cheap. Maybe that was supposed to be installed at another park. Who knows? I know the Energylandia one in Poland, that one was scrapped. So I was thinking, okay, is that this one? Is this exact one? But they were different heights, and I think that one was bought by a different park. So I'm not completely sure. The plot of land that they are using is across from Iron Dragon. It's where the old dorms used to be. Now, I've been thinking for quite some time that they would put a roller coaster here, but honestly, I was kind of hoping for something a little bit better than a tilt coaster. I had Mac Extreme Spinner in my mind for this area. I thought that would have been a much better use, but it is what it is. They are getting this Vekoma tilt coaster. So in case you don't know what these things are, basically you ride out onto, you go up a lift hill, you go out onto some track that just has no end to it. It just has a complete drop off, and then you just tilt 90 degrees down and you're locked in, and then drop. It's using up a plot of land that is available, so they don't have to remove any coasters. So that's a good thing. Looking at the layout, So you got the dive straight down, you kind of bank to the left, kind of a twisted airtime hill into like almost like a dive loop. You got an inversion. You go under a little tunnel, which that should be cool. I mean, Vecoma's doing some good things. Another corkscrew. They're making very smooth, comfortable rides. It looks like it has a vest restraint, which I know a lot of people don't like B&M vest restraints. So I don't know if people are going to, enthusiasts namely, going to complain that this does have vest restraints instead of just a lap bar and nothing more. Now, the coaster itself aside, like I was saying earlier, I am very excited that they are getting a brand new roller coaster, and this is going to be the first ground up roller coaster that Cedar Point has gone since 2016. So it has been 8 years, well, it'll be 9 years next year since Cedar Point has gone a ground up roller coaster, which was Valraven in 2016. Because not counting Wild Mouse. I'm sorry. I'm not, like, Wild Mouse was just a little family coaster. I know that it's a ground up coaster, but I'm sorry for not counting Wild Mouse. So as far as a thrill coaster goes, it's our first ground up one. So very excited about that. Steel Vengeance in 2018 was obviously an RMC conversion of Mean Streak. And then we had Top Thrill 2, which was obviously just adding a spike and a different kind of launch to Top Thrill Dragster. So those things weren't brand new, built from the ground roller coasters. So that is exciting. It shows that Cedar Point still wants to make these investments in roller coasters, because, you know, I say that because so many people ragged on them for all the restaurants that they would get and stuff like that. So, and the thing that really sticks out is that this is not, which I figured, not the Snake River Falls replacement. That means that they still have that Snake River Falls plot for 2027, which might be like a nice flat ride package or something like that, which they do need some more flat rides and some newer flat rides at the park. So we can maybe look forward to something like that for 2027. But all in all, I am excited for the project that's happening. But tilt coasters, I'm not, I don't know. I'm going to ride it. I'm going to see how I feel. But it has always seemed like a very gimmicky type ride. I'm sure once you get into the layout, I'm sure Vekoma is going to do an excellent job. I'm expecting a very smooth, very reliable roller coaster made by Vekoma. So that is going to be a good thing. I don't know how many trains this is going to run. You would hope that Cedar Point can pull off 3 trains. Not completely sure. It doesn't say specifically how many trains it is going to run. I mean, yeah, you obviously hope that a park the size of Cedar Point will be able to run 3 trains, so they can get that good capacity ride. But that is it. So yeah, this is going to be their 19th roller coaster, and that is counting Pipe Scream as a roller coaster, which Cedar Point does. Most people don't, so if you don't consider Pipe Scream a roller coaster, then you can call it 18. But Cedar Point will continue to say that this is their 19th roller coaster. With the addition of Siren's Curse, I'm reading what the blog says, Cedar Point will be home to an impressive lineup of 19 roller coasters, including fan favorites like Millennium Force, Steel Vengeance, Maverick, and more. As previously announced, the record-breaking triple-launch Stratocoaster Top Thrill 2 is scheduled to reopen in 2025. So they're like, we've in previous videos said how Cedar Point was not committing themselves to reopening Top Thrill 2. They weren't saying like, okay, we are reopening it. They just keep saying that they are committed to reopen it. So this is actually the most, I would say, like real sure sounding thing that they're going to open Top Thrill 2 back up next year. They say it's scheduled to reopen in 2025, so that is something that they did not say before. I mean, maybe I just read too much into the wording or whatever, but this is going to be something that is going to definitely add to the park. It's going to be an eye catcher for the general public. It's going to do just like people look at Valraven. If you walk around Cedar Point or any amusement park that has a dive coaster, people look up at this big, huge roller coaster where people hang over the edge, so it catches their eye. This is definitely going to catch the eye of people. They're going to see this. People stop at the end of a track and then have it tilt 90 degrees, go down a 90-degree drop. That is something that's going to get people talking. That's going to be something that's going to get people riding. So very excited for Cedar Point. I think that even though I'm personally not extremely excited to ride something like this, I think that it is a great addition to the park and cannot wait for the 2025 season. So that is it for this video. Huge announcement coming from Cedar Point Thursday, September 19th. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. I know you guys are going to have plenty of stuff to say, so fill up those comments with all your thoughts and opinions about this. Subscribe if you're new to this channel and you like content like this, roller coaster, amusement park, news, vlogs, stuff like that. And we'd also like to thank all our channel members, everyone that you see on the screen right here. They joined one of 2 tiers on our channel membership page, and they get things like exclusive videos, shout outs, pictures, stuff like that. So thank you to all our channel members. You guys definitely are the backbone of this community. So thank you so much for all your support. You make a lot of these videos and trips and everything that we do possible. But that is it. Signing off on this big, I guess you can call it record-breaking tilt coaster, which there really aren't. I don't know how many tilt coasters there are, but it's a record-breaking tilt coaster. So we'll give Cedar Point this and let them say that's a record-breaking coaster. But that is it. Exciting news, and we'll see you guys next time right here on Beach Cliff Studios.